So everybody, Will Vortex here, back again with another video. Today's video, obviously the Red Bulls are out of the MLS tournament, sadly. Yeah. Anyway, the Red Bulls are out of the tournament, but that does not mean I cannot have a say in my predictions of the knockout stages, and, they're pretty good predictions. I'd say I have them prepared already. So, round of 16. I do have Philadelphia advancing past New England. I'm going to give you my scoreline prediction as well. So my scoreline prediction for this game is a 3-1 victory for the Union. I think they looked very solid in this tournament. So yeah, I think they'll pick up a 3-1 victory against the Revolution and advance to the quarterfinals. Now, in terms of SKC v Vancouver, SKC, a team that has impressed a lot of people over this tournament. They have a lot of good players, but I do think they're going to beat Vancouver in this game with the talent at their disposal, with the likes of Busio as well coming through the ranks, and they have a very solid defense. So, yes, I do believe that SKC will take the victory over Vancouver, and I think it will be a 2-0 victory, easy for SKC. Now, moving on, we do have Toronto versus NYCFC now. I don't see Toronto losing this game against NYCFC. NYCFC, a team that got very lucky to even make it to the knockout rounds with that result with Houston. So I think that I don't think that they'll be able to have the firepower to beat a team like TFC, who had the likes of Akinola, joint top scorer of the tournament, Pozuelo, who has 5 assists already. I think, I don't know if he's even gotten more. They have Piatti as well, Michael Bradley. A good team in general. I do think they will take a victory here against NYCFC. I predict an actual 4-1 victory for TFC. I think it's going to be a pretty routine victory. Now, Portland v Cincinnati. Now, I don't like Cincinnati right now. They ruined our chances. But, yeah, Cincinnati, good team. Impressed a lot of people by beating Atlanta and the Red Bulls. However, I just don't think they'll have the firepower to beat Portland. I think Portland will defeat them, but it will be a close game. I think it'll be 2-1 because I think Cincinnati have been pretty good since that opening day loss to Columbus. Now, Orlando-Montreal. Now, I've seen somebody tell me that they think that Montreal will actually upset Orlando here. It would be an upset, but I don't think that Montreal will win this game. I do think it's going to be close, though. I think it's going to be a 3-2 victory for Orlando, and I think because they obviously have that advantage of being the home team, and they've been playing very well this tournament. So I do think that they will have the firepower to beat Montreal, but not by much. Not by much. Now, LAFC versus Seattle. It's interesting with Seattle as well because you'd think, oh, they're gonna win, but you'd think that they'd beat LAFC at this point, or it would be a closer game. But it's not gonna be a closer game. I don't think so. LAFC is way better at this point. Seattle, I don't even remember how well they did, but I don't believe they did so well in their group. Okay, well, excuse me. They did get 4 points. So, so they did get 4 points, to be fair to them. They are a good team, but I just think LAFC is just better. 3-1 victory for LAFC. Pretty routine. Now, San Jose versus RSL. I did predict San Jose to beat RSL here. RSL, a wild card team. Obviously, San Jose did, I believe, top their group with Seattle in it. So, yeah, I do think San Jose will advance here in a 4-2. Yeah, 4-2. Columbus versus Minnesota. It's a difficult call because Minnesota obviously is a good team, but I don't think they'll be better than Columbus. Columbus has been so good since this tournament, and I just don't think that they'll have, or that Minnesota will have the firepower to beat Columbus. I think Columbus will pick up a pretty routine 3-1 victory. Now, moving on to the quarterfinals. Difficult one, this, because we have some very good matchups coming up in the quarterfinals. I do think Philly will beat SKC. I think it'll be a 1-0 victory for Philadelphia. I think it'll be a very tight game maybe even some VAR decisions. But I think that, Philadelphia will beat SKC 1-0. Now, Portland versus TFC. To be honest, I think TFC are just so good. I think they're going to beat Portland. But I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be 4-3. It'll be a very high-scoring game because we know Toronto have a lot of goals in them with Pozuelo, Akinola, but don't have a very solid defense. The reason I predicted SKC to only lose 1-0 is because of their solid defense, but I just think this is going to be a high-scoring game with TFC's attack. Orlando LAFC is probably one of the most difficult games to predict because you have Orlando, who have been very good at this tournament, have obviously been one of the most informed teams in the tournament, obviously, like I mentioned before, are hosting the tournament, versus LAFC, who another team who's been very good at this tournament. However, my prediction is LAFC to win this game on penalties. Yep. 1-1, goes to a penalty shootout, LAFC wins. Crazy game. San Jose Columbus. Another one where you'd think, okay, San Jose is a pretty good team. They could give Columbus a fight. But Columbus is even better. 2-1 victory for Columbus. Boom. There you go. Moving on to the semifinals, we have Philly-Toronto. I do think Toronto is going to get a victory here. I think they're going to win 2-1 over Philly. They're just so good, aren't they? Now, LAFC Columbus. I think it's going to be a close one. 1-0 win for Columbus. Yep. So into the final, we have TFC versus Columbus. Toronto FC, if you didn't get the memo with TFC, is Toronto FC. So, Toronto FC, Columbus Crew. Who will get the win? I think it's going to be Toronto. 3-2 victory over Columbus. Toronto, ever since that group stage, I have thought, yeah, they are good. I think they're going to go the whole way. I'm going to stick with it. I think they're going to go the whole way. And I think they're going to win this tournament. And Toronto FC to win the tournament. There you have it. Now, you might think, but Toronto, they drew 2 games, didn't they? They drew against New England. They beat Montreal 4-3. They don't look too good. They don't look like they could win the tournament. However, I think they will go the whole way and beat Columbus in the final. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. See you later. I might upload a reaction to the Red Bulls Cincinnati game. It might be a little bit late in the Arsenal game as well. We'll see. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I'll upload a reaction to the Watford game after it happens, though. All right. See you guys later.